All right, welcome back to another episode of Walk-Ins Welcome. I'm your host, Nick Horde. I've got Michael Ray with me as always. Say hello, brother.
What's happening?
And what are we all about here?
Call to actions.
We are about call to actions, but today, as always, we're about helping patient care businesses triple their revenue through digital marketing services and exceptional patient experience. But you do that through proper call to action.
Yeah, absolutely. And
right?
you may have heard it as CTAs.
Yep.
It may be one of those, what's the button on the website, those type of things, but they're all related and they all do exactly what we're saying. They call to have an action taken. It's not isn't this nice to know? It's an actual interaction of some sort.
Right. And obviously the go-to call to action button on every website I've ever been to is learn more. So when we're talking about
learn more. No.
When we're talking about a proper call to action, this is legitimately, we are trying to help somebody take an action that they need to take for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be the beneficiary. They're going to be the beneficiary. But in order to drive traffic the right way on whether that be social media, whether that be a call to action on a postcard that you mail out, whether that be on a television or radio commercial, or the most important call to action, in my opinion, which is on your website.
Oh yeah.
Done the right way, it converts.
Yep. And it's amazing. And so we've been doing this for years, and it's amazing how one word can make all the difference in the conversion or create confusion.
Right.
It's just like you would think. And this is what happens. We have a lot of clients like, why do you have to put something so obvious? Well, it's because they've never been to the site before. 9 times out of 10, they're not you. And we've learned this. Don't give people many options, or because they're always going to pick the wrong one every time.
Yeah, and it's funny when I go and run Facebook ads for some of our clients, Michael, I have 13, 14, 15 different options for a call to action on an ad. And it's funny when I see an ad, it's always defaulted to learn more.
Always.
And we have we don't just do patient care marketing. That is our favorite thing to do. That's what we do the most of.
Yeah.
But in our traditional agency, there's this one particular client where we want them to apply for a loan. So the call to action for that is apply now.
Yeah, apply now. And then if you're a store, shop now.
Yeah,
buy now. And the other side of that coin, make sure the call to action lines up with the action that they're about to take. It's one thing to say shop now and they click on it and it goes to a page where you can't buy something.
That's right.
Or schedule an appointment now, you click on it and it doesn't take you to the scheduler.
So as always, understanding who you're talking to, the platform in which you're delivering your message, and what you want them to take action on are going to be the things that are going to drive what your call to action button or call to action message should be.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are, let's just say that you're in the urgent care space and you are wanting to get people to come in for their physicals for a yearly physical, right?
Okay.
Or let's just talk seasonally, right? So we know flu season's coming up, right? We're going into the winter months here in the near future. We're, at the start of fall.
Oh yeah.
And you send out, let's just say, a postcard. Okay. You send a postcard to the neighborhoods, a 15-mile radius of your urgent care. What is the call to action for you to get parents and kids and people to come in and get their flu vaccination?
Yeah, it could be like, get your free flu scan now and schedule a scan.
Right.
I mean, you have to entice people a little bit. So, and it can't just be, I talk about sending out postcards and stuff like that. I hate those postcards that just are informational and there's nothing to do.
Just not telling you to do anything.
Or there's no offer to it. Act now, you get $100 off or whatnot.
Right.
Which, granted, we all know that act now part is just something there. But if it was 2 weeks later, I call and like, you also offer this. Well, sure, we still offer that. You still going to be a customer. We know that's some of the gimmicks of marketing per se. But the reality is, you have to put a sense of urgency behind all of it, or people just say, I'll get to it eventually, and they throw it away.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's talk about, we know our audience is in the medical field. Y'all are all patient care businesses.
Yep.
So I've talked a little bit about postcards and those types of things, but let's really dial into the areas of a call to action where you're going to get real benefit in your business and conversions. Okay. I want to start with the easy one, and that's your website.
Oh yeah.
Right. So best I can tell, Michael, we've worked with lots of urgent cares, worked with lots of patient care businesses.
Several, right?
Several. That's right. And that's funny. Inside joke.
Inside joke.
All right. But with that though, the most common thing that we see is people want to schedule online. That's where the world is today. They don't want to talk to you.
No.
They also don't want to fill out a contact us form.
And they want an instant result. It's like,
yes,
if they can plug in a number and it pops out what they want, okay. Like they want to have confidence in it. Because we even talk about, so let's remove the idea of a schedule for appointment and look at like you're calling for a plumbing service, whatever. It's the instant scheduling that service, because if you don't do it, you're moving on to the next one, and you're moving on to the next one, and whoever calls you back wins.
That's right.
So, and here we are with this. So if I like, for me, I would almost argue almost anybody, if there's not an online scheduler, I'm probably not going to call them, because I'm just assuming they don't want a new patient, or they're not an up-to-date care, some type
right.
of. I'm just going to now I'm more specific to like an urgent care situation. Now, if it's a referral base or some type of specialty, that's a little different. But
yeah, but let's take massage for example.
Yeah.
Right. So when you go to some of our massage locations, when you go there, you go into their scheduling software.
Yep.
And then they can book their own massage with the person they want at the time they want to have that massage.
Yep.
But the call to action was always schedule your massage.
Yep.
Right. So let's say that you're a chiropractor listening and you want to schedule a chiropractic visit. Well, there may be some things that you need to know as a chiropractor before you bring that patient in to see if they're the right fit. So your call to action may see if you need chiropractic care. And you can make buttons real big like that. It's not a problem. It is okay to do that.
I just imagine somebody just having fun. Instead of schedule your visit or whatever, they could put crack your back now.
Crack your back now. There you go. but in order to do that, the point is though to see if this is what you need, take them to a page that lets them fill out a little survey real quick. And then that survey can filter them in. And that survey can also filter them out. Hey, you probably need to go to a doctor. Yeah. Right. We're not going to be able to help you.
Or you need to call our number here to ask some additional questions.
Exactly. So, and people will fill out that information so long as you don't make it super personal. And if you do need it to be super personal, urgent cares, I'm talking to you, when you have them fill out, you better make sure it's HIPAA compliant.
Well, and I would even argue, at that point, if you're asking for illness information, any type of health information, it needs to be inside of a portal. It should not be just hanging out on your website.
Right.
Request. Whenever we have any forms that we build on a website for a medical, it's generally a contact form, or we send them to a scheduler. We rarely go beyond that, because HIPAA does not allow that type of information to float on a website. So,
well, we know you're going to want people to schedule on your website, but let's back that out a little bit and let's talk about an ad. Whether it be a Facebook ad, a Google ad, a TikTok ad, a YouTube ad, whatever.
Something you're paying to be clicked on.
Yeah. If you're advertising right, in my humble but accurate opinion, you're going to have one spot, one thing. Like the advertisement that you are running on Facebook, for example, you have one common thing that you're doing. You're trying to sell them on the idea that they need chiropractic care. Do you need chiropractic care? Here's our offer. Right. All of your calls to action need to surround the message you're trying to convey and the conversion you're trying to get.
Yeah. There is not a one size fit all call to action.
That's a good. Yeah. We were looking up some fun calls to action before we started this podcast. And one of them was like, build your own box.
Yeah.
That was the call to action. Right.
And it has to be, just like you were saying, it has to be super specific to what's going on, because what we know is that the more specific the language you can make something, the more likely there'll be a conversion out of it, because it makes that person feel like you're talking to them.
Funny, one of our urgent cares that we work with that has multiple locations. They have a button for scheduling your urgent care visit. They have a completely different button scheduler office visit situation for schedule your COVID check, your COVID test. But
you can even have a schedule your wellness, your well
visit.
Yeah, your well visit.
Right. So having a button respective to the thing that you're trying to schedule, the thing you're trying to convert, the thing you're trying to do, right? I can imagine a med spa out there. One of them is schedule your Botox appointment, and the other one is schedule your hydrofacial.
Yeah.
Right. Those are two radically different things, but they both happen to your face.
Yeah. Well, and you
You
think
know?
about that, that seems unnecessary. People know what to do. No, they really
They
don't.
really don't.
They really do. I wish, like, we have so much data behind this, but once you break the third option, they're never going to pick the right thing, and they're going to abandon it half the time.
So here you go. I got something for you.
No.
All right. The other day, I told Samuel to clean his room. Okay. I failed to give the proper call to action. I found a whole bunch of garbage on top of his bed. Right. And to him, his room was clean. He took the action I thought I wanted him to take. No, man, I wanted his bed made. I wanted his clothes put up. I wanted all the different things to happen. So my call to action wasn't near clear enough.
Exactly. Well,
Right?
Yeah.
So
and like
8-year-old child.
I'm gonna say that's a kid cleaning his room. You could have one as trying to think, like, clean your car.
Yeah.
Inside, outside.
Yep.
Wheels, everything.
Right.
What? Well, do I need to wax it this time? I don't know what I need to do. So, yeah.
Well, the whole point there is decide what it is you're trying to get somebody to take action on, whether that be in your ad, on your website, in your radio ad, whatever you're doing, that call to action has to be crystal clear. Now, I want to encourage you for your specific patient care business. I want you to go to Google, because we love Google.
Mhm.
Go to Google and just type, what are the right calls to action for my chiropractic office? What are the right calls to action for my massage therapy?
Or even just look at your competitors.
Right.
What are they saying? What's unique to them? Why are they saying what they say? So, like, there's just layers to that. So, because they're like we already said, like, there's no one right answer. There's lots of options out there.
Right. The call to action for our company is get your free digital footprint.
Yep.
Right. It's not schedule a call with me. I know I'm talking marketing right now, but it's not schedule a call with me. It's not fill out this contact form. It's see what your business looks like online and get a free digital footprint.
Yeah. And then we have, and that's the other thing, but we also have the availability to talk to us.
Right. And how do we have that set up?
So we have it where it goes straight to account, like an available calendar.
Yep.
And book in both hours. So,
That's right.
and it's amazing how well it works, because we had one person book both of our calendars at the same time.
They really wanted to talk.
They really wanted to talk, which was fine with us. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, someone hopped into your calendar, someone hopped into my calendar the exact same day, like an hour between each other. And it was smooth. Like, from their standpoint, there's a slot, I'm going to grab it and let's go. I even talked to a guy out of Dubai 2 days ago, which when I got on the call with him, I said, I'm sorry, is it 10 o'clock at night there? He said, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep after this meeting. I was like, well, I hate that, but let's get through this. Let's talk. So, but that's the thing though. You have to make it convenient, available, and super obvious, because if you don't check those boxes, they're not going to do it.
No, they won't. And at the end of the day, we want you to be successful, and click here, schedule online, learn more. You have to be a little bit more thorough in what you're calling them to do. Even if you're going to do like a telehealth visit, you could say schedule your telehealth visit and then give them some details on what that entails.
Yeah.
Right. Let them
Mhm.
know what that's going to look like. Because even as you have a button, you can put stuff below the button, above the button. And then I will tell you, this is just, it works. Have a secondary conversion, have a secondary call to action. On our ads, we have a landing page that we take a potential patient to. Once they're on that page, we get them to click to call, or we get them to click to schedule. Right now, when it goes through that scheduling software, clockwise typically is what we see.
Clockwise, solve health.
Yeah, all these different things.
Mhm.
There's an additional call to action that says, if you need immediate help, click here, and it will automatically call that clinic. So you have a primary call to action, and then you have a secondary call to action. A great example of this would be, and then I'm going to let you go, would be, I have a call to action on an ad for our company. If you're interested in getting a digital footprint, once you get that digital footprint, I've made a video of me talking, asking them to complete a survey. And if that survey is a survey that fits the parameters of us being a good fit, then it takes them to my scheduling page to let them book an appointment with me to go over their digital footprint. And in all fairness and disclosure, that's where I'm going to try and sell our services to somebody who took the time and said that they needed it.
Well, I was thinking about that call to action pieces. So I've never seen this, but I'm going to throw it out there as a challenge to the medical practices out there. So 9 times out of 10, when somebody schedules online, you want them to go ahead and print out the form. So it's all filled out and ready to go when they show up. Now, I know some schedulers allow you to kind of go the extra step and type in that stuff. I don't see it too often, but I've never seen this though. So I go to a scheduler, I pick out my appointment, hit submit, and it'll probably at the end say, thank you, look forward. Please print off your forms. I wish there was a little video there and it was the front desk person or the nurse or the typical nurse and say, hey, want to thank you for scheduling us. I want to walk you through for just 30 seconds what we need you to do to make your experience even better. He's like, please go here and download this form. Please fill this out. This is who you're going to see when you walk in, and this is what our waiting room looks like. This is what our actual rooms look like. And if there's any questions at all, please give us a call beforehand, and we'll work with you. Like a simple 30-second, 45-second video, just explaining that process where it makes you feel really confident going in there.
I love it.
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't. I saw one time with a insurance company. So you got a free online quote for insurance.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was life or auto or something like that, but then it took you to the next page and the owner of that insurance agency had a video posted up there. Hey, we've got your information and we're really looking forward to meeting you.
Here are the next steps.
Here's the next steps. Exactly. Next steps. Samuel, go clean your room. What I mean by that is,
all right. You pick the stuff off the floor. Now take the stuff off the bed and put it in the trash can.
That's right. All the and the next page is what I mean by cleaning your room is X, Y, and Z. Right.
Well,
and here's what's going to happen when you do clean your room is I'm going to pay you. Well, actually, we don't pay for that. Part of living in my house, you got to clean your room, but mowing the yard, right? Sure. Something like that. Here's the expectation. Here's what you can expect, and then here's the outcome.
Yeah. And I could even see like next steps. Here are the forms, fill them out. This is why we need them. Next step of this is typically how long you'll wait inside the waiting room.
Right.
And this is the type of questions we tend to ask or whatever. And it just kind of puts some ease like, okay, this is what I'm expecting. Because think about this. Think about the first time you went to a business and how a little bit nerve wracking it was. And then you think about the second time you went to that same business and there were no surprises because you already kind of had it figured out in your head what was going on.
Right.
I even did this the other day. I love Aldi's. I think I've turned you into a fan of Aldi.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Super efficient. That's the best part to me. But I even tell everybody, you ever been to Aldi's? No. You need to have a friend to go with you because it's super confusing. And after the first time, you're like, oh, this is really easy.
This is the best thing ever.
Yeah. Because people like, what does this quarter in a buggy mean? Why?
That means you're going to put it back.
Why?
Yeah, I tell you what that means.
That does. Or somebody's going to hand you one in the parking lot.
That's right.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah.
I've actually sometimes I don't even bring a quarter anymore. I just look at the carts and look for a missing quarter and grab one and just plug it in.
Side note, I found a cart up on the curb at Aldi.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm like, that person meant to go to Walmart.
Yeah,
they were in the wrong parking lot.
They were the wrong.
They were lost. They didn't know where they were.
but like inside, once you're in the store, you're like, wait, this layout's really weird. I don't know where I'm going.
Up and down, man.
And it's only four lanes. Yep. And then wait, I need to grab a box before I check out, or I'm going to pay for bags.
We bring our own bags now.
Yeah. So, and then they even make the little. Have you seen the shopping cart bags that have hooks?
No, but that's awesome.
So they hook onto the shopping cart, so you fill the bags up, and then you just lift and go.
No, I haven't seen.
It's pretty good.
More things I need to know.
Right.
That's a serious call to action for this episode.
Yeah, right. There you go. But now, all that being said, that's a grocery store. Everybody goes to a grocery store, but it was still nerve-wracking the first time if it's a new experience for somebody. So if you can help curb that new experience and making sure it's very smooth and fluid for them, it'll be better overall.
So there's a little flaw in the system at Aldi, which is something that you just brought up, which is an opportunity for them and an opportunity for our listeners to learn here, right? Yeah. So you said take a friend or you're going to be confused.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That means that their process is confusing to a new person.
Yep.
Is your process at your patient care business confusing? When I go to Chick-fil-A and I make my order, they ask me my name, and then they even tell me what car to follow.
Yeah.
Like there's no confusion, because they all merge and everybody's fighting over who's going next. There's no confusion. They follow that car right there.
I remember when they really started enforcing the mobile app ordering,
right?
Where you pick that lane for mobile app ordering, which I love. I just because I won't even have ordered yet. I get in that lane first, and then just order while I'm waiting, and then just say, "Yeah, here you go,"
right?
And say, "All right, Michael, yep, that's me. All right, go behind." Like I said, go behind that green car, and it makes you feel good because you're like kind of creeping up, like I want this to be my car. There's that part that gets nervous, but they clean it up for you. But yeah, with Aldi. Like they kind of make it an inside joke about the cart. It's like these insider things, and that's that creates some like resistance to go. But once you go, you're like, oh, I get it. I mean, we're part of BNI. That is the most terrifying, weird meeting. The first time you go, like, what in the world are these people doing?
Right.
Why are they like literally chanting right now with a new member coming on?
You go to a weird chapter then.
Nah,
I'm just kidding. We don't chant at our chapter, Michael. We do have free haircuts and Kool-Aid then. All right, we're totally off the rails at this point. Here's the wrap up. Make sure that there is a process for your call to action to match what you're trying to accomplish, and it meets the need of the person that's there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's at the end of the day. So we have a call to action for you. You ready for it?
Okay.
Leave us a review.
Yeah.
We need your reviews. Yeah, go ahead.
You're not being specific enough.
Yeah, I know. I was going to go deeper. That was my first call to action.
So that was a mistake one, right?
Yeah.
Leave us a review.
Fix it for me.
Leave us a review where?
Anchor.
What?
Actually, Apple Podcasts would be ideal, but Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify.
So that's the first call to action. Leave us a review on the podcasting platform that you listen to.
Right.
What's the second?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
So there's two types of reviews. You can leave us a starred review, or you actually type out a review. We want the typed out one.
I want both.
Well, I mean, you can't type out without putting a star.
Yeah.
We want a 5-star review with how awesome we are. That's what we're trying to say. But we also want honesty too. So whatever you're listening right now, there's a button where you can say rate this podcast. Rate it, please rate it well, and then type out why you love us.
That's it. That's the podcast today.
The call to action. There you go.
That's our call to action for you, and we hope that you go update your call to action to make sure that your marketing converts better. We hope you have a great week. Thank you, as always, for listening to Walk-Ins. Welcome and being a part of our community. If you like us, tell somebody. If you don't like us, go tell 2 or 3 people.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.